reporter for Clutch. He threw out the Paul George name as the Warriors are a team to look at when it comes to Paul George. We'll see about that. Bobby Marks, if he doesn't have any if he doesn't have anything come up, he's going to join us at 9:20 to talk about the cap. And we'll ask him, because I was in the same camp with them thinking Klay Thompson could get $30 million a year. Well, Malik Monk got 18. I'm like, what? Malik Monk? Wow. Let's go to Jack in Berkeley. Jack, what do you want to see the Warriors do here? Jack?
I want to see it. Hey, thanks for taking my call. Good morning.
Good morning.
I want to see the Warriors. I don't want to see the Warriors get older. That is not the answer. A Paul George or a Kevin Durant, they're not going to give you a full season, most likely, at the ages of 34, 35 years old. Look at all the other teams that are above the Warriors. They are young and they are fast. What the Warriors have is Jonathan Kuminga, who they cannot trade. This guy, if Jonathan Kuminga develops a three-point shot, and he could, he's only 21. If he gets up to 40%, a little bit more, he is an all-NBA player. He won't be guardable because they don't know if he's going to drive or he's going to shoot. That a potential all-NBA player, they cannot trade the man. So do not get older, stay young, and that's what I would say. I'm not sure who they should get, but all I'm saying is getting older is not the answer.
Yeah, I'm kind of in that same camp with you, Jack. I don't want to get older because I want to get more athletic. I want to be able to defend at the point of attack. And if you get older, obviously, you start to lose some of your skills. Like Draymond's not the same defender. Steph's not the same player. Obviously, Klay's not the same player. I don't want to get older either if I had a choice, but I understand that you got to maximize Steph Curry's window, which makes this difficult. It's an enigma for the Golden State Warriors, Joe Lacob and company. What do you do here? Now, Jonathan Kuminga, we keep talking about what he may get, Shasky, $30 million per, and you look at Scotty Barnes getting the 5-year, up to $270 million with the Toronto Raptors. Hell, Jonathan Kuminga at $30 million a couple years from now is going to be a bargain in this league. And I know $30 million as a common fan, but that's going to be a bargain. And this guy gets to the free throw line. We saw him. Draymond Green even said in his podcast, this guy's our second best player right now. So I'm kind of with Jack in Berkeley. Can I keep Jonathan Kuminga with this roster? Can I keep him at all costs? Like, can you imagine flipping him for Paul George at 34, 35 years old, and Kuminga has another 10-year run in the NBA? Now, he may not become the player Paul George is, but I bet on Kuminga becoming an impact player. He certainly was last year.
I'm reluctant to trade Kuminga, but again, like I say that, and if the right deal comes around, I would do it. Would I do it for Paul George? I don't want to.
I can't do it for PG.
I don't want to. But
I'll talk myself into it, but I don't want to do it for PG.
I don't even know if I could talk myself into it. But like, let me give you this one hypothetically. Giannis. Would you do it for Giannis?
I mean, I'd be an idiot not to. Even though I think Giannis has flaws, he's not working out with Jason Tatum's personal coach. I found that funny. Jason Tatum's personal coach was in Greece working out with Giannis, so that was a little tidbit. Somebody dropped it last week. Anyway, but yeah, I do it for Giannis. It's Giannis Antetokounmpo. He's not Paul George.
So where do you draw the line then on the Kuminga trades?
It depends what you're getting, right? It depends what you're getting giving up. Like, if it's a 1-for-1 move, Kuminga for Giannis, what? Well, no, I mean, it wouldn't work because of the money.
Yeah, that's not.
But I think if you have an opportunity to get Giannis, yes, you go make that move for Giannis.
How about Zion?
I try to get Zion without giving up Kuminga.
Okay, wow. You think you can get Zion without giving up?
Zion can't stay on the damn basketball court.
I know. You have to take a risk. Like, that's where I'm kind of looking at this. Like, there's whatever trade you execute, you got to give up something, and then you're going to have to take, some sort of a swing, as in risk. Like, there's a monster risk. Like, Some guys are older. Some guys are injury concerns. This thing, like, they need to get older. They need to trade for something younger. Well, okay, wait a minute. Like, the guys that are younger that don't have flaws or minimal flaws, those teams are never getting rid of those guys currently.
They're not.
So I don't know. I understand why people are out on Paul George. Like, I get all that. But my question to those people is like, all right, present. No, I'm not mad at it. It's like, give me a presentable trade that's out there that's reasonable.
We don't even know if Paul George is a reasonable trade.
I'm just reading the tea leaves
We're going to talk to Brett Siegel
and Zach Lowe.
We're going to talk to them. We don't even know what they want from Paul George. This just came out of nowhere in the last 36 hours, 48 hours. But Zion, Do you even get better as a team with Zion Williamson if you trick? Because it's going to cost a lot more than Kuminga. You got a name, sure.
I mean, you're looking at a guy who takes the mantle of the organization in terms of handing the baton to, like. Yeah, like that makes a lot of sense. I mean, dude, he's like 30-10 every single time he plays.
He was incredible in that playing game.
That's what I'm saying.
I felt so bad that he got hurt against the Lakers.
What were his numbers last year?
Yeah, his numbers are great.
His
numbers are great.
Were they like 25 and 12?
His numbers are great.
I'm gonna look it up.
But damn, the guy can't stay on the court.
No, I
that's what worries me about him. But
of course.
With Steph and Draymond there, yeah. I mean, it's probably a deal. If they say, give me Kuminga right now, you can have Zion, I'm probably doing a deal. And I'm not thinking twice about it. But can I do the deal without giving up Kuminga? Because, man, Kuminga, Steph, Zion, and Draymond sounds a hell of a lot better than, because now I got a guy, because you're still, because even with that move, where's your wing defender at?
Oh, you lose them. I mean, but that's where you'd have to draft or try to sign somebody via free agent. Or you're like, hey, GP2, we still have you under $9 million. Maybe he's the guy. And I don't love that because he can't shoot. Like, again, we're choosing amongst. They don't have a lot of assets. They don't have a lot of options. They're gonna have flaws. Even when they were the 2018 Warriors, there were some flaws. Like, I know minimal ones that were offset by shooting and excellence, but like you weren't as deep. Remember?
You weren't deep at all.
So like all of these fabrications of the team that you're putting together are gonna have some sort of flaws.
Chris in San Jose, Warrior moves. Chris, what's going on?
Hey, morning, gentlemen.
Morning.
Man, where to begin? Because it kind of sounds like we're talking about one single solitary move right now that's going to move the needle so much to put them back into contention. And I don't see how that's a possibility whatsoever. First of all, I think you're not going to get anything back for Chris Paul, so you obviously got to waive him. I mean, we'll let Bobby Marks get into all that later,
right.
But you're not going to get anything substantial for him. There's no value.
Hey,
you're
Chris,
not going to get some...
Chris, I don't want to derail you, but that was a professional tease. I don't think a radio host at the station has had a tease like that in a very long time.
And I just want to... Paul George is literally just a start. It's a start. It's something. I don't think anyone thinks it's like finished product. Look at our Mona Lisa. We got to start somewhere.
No, absolutely. And I mean, I think, so I'll just kind of get back into it. Chris Paul, you're not going to get much. He's old. You're going to get maybe, a decent player, nothing special, nothing better than what we have. I personally think you got to get rid of Klay Thompson. I think he's diminishing on both ends a lot faster than we thought, even with the injuries. Not to mention he's a complete head case. I mean, I remember watching that Sacramento play-in game. You don't expect him to go 0-10, but when he comes down, early in the shot clock, takes a contested fadeaway 2 as his first shot of the game, I'm sitting there going, oh boy, this is going to be a Klay game, and everybody knows it now. So you need a big. I think they're two. I think they're two best trade pieces outside of trading the youth. Because I'm with the last caller. I don't want to trade the youth. I'd rather see what Kuminga can be with us than somebody else. But I do think, as weird as it is to say, Wiggins, he still has trade value. You might be able to get somebody to bite on Wiggins and, maybe Pajemski, because I think he's a backup point guard at best for his potential. I mean, I don't know. There's just not one. I'd love to have Paul George, but if you're telling me, oh, all right, well, you got to lose Klay Thompson and basically be the same team, I guess I'd rather have the nostalgia for a year.
Yeah.
You guys kind of go with that, but I don't know. It's more nuanced. It's not just one single solitary move. They got to do a lot.
They got to do a lot. No, spot on, Chris. Hell of a phone call. That may be caller of the week, because if it comes down to that, and if it is, and I don't think it's a like-for-like situation, but if it comes down to, hey, you can have Paul George for the next 3 years, but you're going to finish in the same spot that you did last year, then yes, I would rather have Klay for the nostalgic tour. I would. It's like, man, you imagine making all those moves for Paul George, and that's how the dynasty ends with Paul George? Like, I love it. Like, it's all good, but in that situation, I'd rather have Klay. Now, today, with Klay being an unrestricted free agent, I believe this for a long, long time now. I think it's best for both parties to move on. It is. I've gone there with, it's best for Klay to move on. It's best for the Warriors to move on. You cannot pay that man that money that he wants and try to get better. Not with this current iteration of the Golden State Warriors. You have to evolve. The Niners evolved at one point past Bill Walsh. The Giants evolved at one point where they had nothing but sluggers in the 2000s and late 90s. Then all of a sudden they said, you know what? We need to go the pitching route. We need to play to our yard. Let's go pitching heavy, and we'll find some hitters. The Warriors right now, they need to, I think, adjust the offense a little bit, which Draymond hinted at with Jonathan Kuminga, maybe running more high pick and rolls with JK, let them get downhill and get to the free throw line. And you may have to move a little bit off that read and react, and that means moving off of Klay Thompson, who can't move the same way. It's just, that's the reality.
The retirement tour thing that he suggested, 1 or 2 years of I don't know, I guess acceptance. That sounds good on the front end, but when you're going through it in real time, I'm not sure how much that resonates. No, I don't know.
It's not
Maybe I'm misreading it.
It's not going to resonate at all. It's not. Today's fan base. Today's Fed is not patient at all.
No.
That pendulum swings left to right, day to day, hour to hour, week to week.
Well, don't you think the same thing with the owner? It feels like the owner is much more like us, the fans, than he is, looking long term. Yeah, I think he's looking at this, and just my assessment, I think he's looking at this all right, I got Steph for 2 years. Everything we do right now is about these 2 years, and then we'll blow it up, or we'll pull the parachute out and figure it out from there on. But for right now, maybe Steph signs a 5-year extension and things change. For right now, it's hey, this is all we're going to do is worry about the right now.
And maybe the right now is going after a Paul George and maybe going after other assets. I don't know. We're going to talk to Bobby Marks. We'll talk to who's we got? Brett Siegel, National NBA insider and reporter for Clutch. He's coming up in about 13 minutes. Let's go to Rob and San Bruno. Rob, what's happening? You're on the roast.
What's going on, fellas? First off, Warrior fans, the Warrior ownership, and Draymond Green are very, very delusional in their thinking. At the end of the day, this is the Ants, SGA, and Luka West right now. They're running it. This is their NBA in terms of the West right now. And you got Boston on the East. My thing is this. We're asking Steph Curry at 36 to do something he's never really done. The whole Warriors organization has never really won. They never won playoff games without Klay on the floor. How many playoff W's have Steph Curry won with Klay Thompson not on the floor? 0. None. So you asking me in 2024, 2025 season, y'all think y'all going to win the championship with a 36-year-old Steph Curry? It's not going to happen. Draymond Green, you talking about evolving. When he going to evolve? Why he the only player on the team that can still be the same player he was and get no criticism, no nothing? He don't score. He just be talking. Y'all, the media out here, not you guys, I'm just saying in terms of the media and fans hate on Kevin Durant, got him out of here, scored. Hate on Jordan Poole, got him out of scored. Now you hating on the legendary Klay Thompson, the guy who really got you Kevin Durant. This the same guy when y'all was down 3-2 versus Houston with Steph and Kevin Durant on the floor. It was Klay Thompson who scored 36 versus Houston when Chris Paul got hurt and forced the Game 7, and then had a great Game 7 that following game. So the Warriors are delusional, and you telling me Paul George? You telling me you don't get rid of Klay Thompson for Paul George? What has Paul George won? What has he done in this league in terms of winning championships? Don't tell me you're trying to win for Steph and you bringing in Paul George. Get out of here with that. If Steph really that dude like y'all say he is, he going to carry these dudes. But to me, I feel like y'all putting too much pressure on him. Y'all trying to get every dollar about him, get every dollar y'all can. The Warriors is. It don't make no sense. He's not the guy like that no more. The West is two-packed with young guards that's blowing right.
So Rob, let me stop you. So just pack it in, huh? Just don't do anything?
No, you do things that make sense. You just don't do stuff just to do it. There is a future outside of Steph Curry. I'm just saying, y'all being delusional at this point. Steph Curry has never won at a high level without Klay Thompson on the floor ever. This is a fact in terms of the NBA. So you telling me at 36, with SGA, with Ant coming, Ant here, and Luka the way he dominated in the playoffs, then he got his partner in Kyrie. It's not happening for the Warriors right now. The Warriors need to look towards the future. I think you keep it. You let Klay gonna walk anyways. You let Kuminga develop. Let these young dudes go. Yeah. If Curry that guy, he gonna do his thing. He gonna carry it. But he not. We can't force this.
Rob, I'm gonna be honest with you. You want to talk about being disrespectful. You are like flippantly just casting aside Steph Curry like he didn't carry this entire organization. No one is saying that Klay Thompson wasn't extremely instrumental. But like the year that they went to the play-in, I mean, like when they lost to Memphis, he was unbelievable for 3 straight months with a broken tailbone.
Did they go to the playoffs?
They had no one on that team. Their third best player was Damian Lee. Damian Lee.
Did they go to the playoffs? If these are true, I done seen true superstars carry less. I seen Dwayne Wade at 34.
LeBron James didn't even make the playoffs one year with the Lakers.
So I don't want to hear it. If Steph Curry's that guy, he's going to show me he's that guy. You don't need to. You understand? Show me. Because you got other cats who just LeBron. He's still doing it. If he LeBron James, LeBron won 47 games last year. Do the same thing, Steph. There's no player in the league that's going to make.
So now Anthony Davis doesn't matter. Right, having one of the top 20 players in the league on any given night doesn't matter for LeBron. Come on, Rob. Like that's now we're being a little unfair.
He got Draymond Green. He got Draymond Green, right? Y'all say Draymond Green. Draymond, y'all say Draymond Green like Mac Johnson, right?
No one says stop. I love you, but stop.
Rob is said Bruno. He always brings the heat.
He was cooking, and then he burnt the toast a little, and I had to call him.
I don't know who's called Draymond Magic.
I mean, come on, Magic.
Steph Curry.
Shocked you talking to me.
I mean, Trey's very good. No one is like he's Magic.
But here's the problem, though. We can't ask Steph Curry to carry a team because he's 36 years old.
I agree, but let's not act like he wasn't Superman.
We know Steph Curry's an all-time great. I wouldn't even take Rob seriously when he talks about the Steph Curry thing, but I get what he's trying to say, that Klay Thompson has meant a lot to this organization, and people act like he hasn't meant a lot to this organization. That's probably my biggest beef with it. It's like, damn, Klay's just a bum now? Man, everybody just acts like 19 points per game in the NBA. Anybody can do it. Wiggins didn't do it last year. Anybody could do it. What?